Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by Banrock Station and San Remo. Another surprise!
Out of the blue,
You want that with fries?
out of the blue. Come with me across the sea. On a barbecue, we're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies!
Out of the blue,
You want some chili with those fries?
out of the blue.
On today's program, we jumped on a plane,
Hopped on a ferry
finished up here
at the Isola de Elba,
in beautiful Italy.
all in one day?
It's amazing what you can do. You should try it out. It's good fun.
Portoferraio is located on Elba Island off the coast of Tuscany in Italy. It is the island's largest city and where you arrive from the mainland by ferry.
On today's show, Michael and I are going to cook up a beautiful, delicious octopus potato salad.
And I'm going to have a good look around a local, delightful botanic garden.
But firstly, Amelia is going to tell us about this beautiful place.
Portoferraio is considered the capital of the island of Elba, with just 12,000 inhabitants. The island of Elba is composed of 8 municipalities, and of course Portoferraio is the largest one. Portoferraio is the historical center, the town of Cosmopoli. Cosmopoli, so was called this village, this town, and was founded by the Grand Duke of Tuscany, Cosimo I of Medici family. This was considered a masterpiece of the Renaissance period because the best architects of Florence took part in building this fortress town. And this fortress town was also used as a model for the building of other fortress town. During the medieval times, the architects used to build the castles. You know, the castles, they have straight walls. And during the Renaissance period, it was invented cannon. And you know, the cannonballs against a straight wall and destroy everything. So, you know, the ramparts and the walls of this fortress are so built at an angle. So when a cannonball hit these walls, they could follow another trajectory, another direction. In Portoferraio, you can experience history, military architecture, but you can experience good food and good wines with quality trademarks and a lot of wonderful beaches, white sandy beaches, white pebbles beaches, and just walk through the narrow lanes of this town, and you can experience this atmosphere. Everyone is so calm and nobody is on hurry. Really a good atmosphere without stress.
You can't visit an island without a spot of fishing. And after the break, Michael and I take to the seas. We have it on good advice that the only way to catch some local seafoods is with an authentic fisherman and his boat. Our captain here totally fits the bill, and his boat, well, you can't really get more authentic than this. We're heading out of Portoferraio to try our luck in some deeper waters. The views from here are spectacular. Michael managed to find a bait shop nearby and has furnished us with some worms.
I don't know what we're trying to catch here, but yeah, we've got a terrible track record, haven't we?
Michael, I just tried to put the bait in. I lost half of it. He's gone.
Oh, no.
He's gone missing in action.
Pretty active.
This is it.
Michael,
This is what they call the 3 bait hook, Mickey.
I don't think we'll catch any King George whiting here.
No. Or something equivalent, maybe a little mullet. I know we're always joking around how we don't catch any fish, but this time I think we might be in luck.
a bite.
Did you get a bite?
I got a bite.
I think you got a bite. Hey, I got a bite too, Mickey. Shall I pull it up now?
I think so.
Okay.
I have, look. Here we go. No, it got away. It seriously got...
Mickey, look, Mickey, look, Mickey. Mickey, how could you get away? That cost us 10 euros, that fish from the pizzeria. Look, 10 euros. What? No, we can't even bait, he can't even put, put a hook on the fish and we lose the fish. I can't believe it. I give up, that's it, enough. No, come on, we need a coffee, that's it, we're done. We're done.
If you happen to be on Elba Island and want to go fishing, there are plenty of charter companies that can help you. They're not all as authentic as this one. Actually, it's worth hiring a boat just for the views of the harbour. They are quite something.
Mickey, I need to ask you a question.
Yes, my son.
Where the camera's rolling, when you self-baited the hook with that fish,
Yes.
and then when you pulled it up, the fish wasn't there?
They were.
Could that be a first?
They're rolling.
Okay, so what do you want us to do now?
Well, I wouldn't mind something to eat. What do you reckon?
Well, how about we go to the pizzeria, and what
Yeah.
would you particularly like me to cook
I
for
reckon
you?
some, maybe octopus.
Oh, how about, all right,
Huh?
I've got a terrific idea of an octopus
All right.
recipe for
Yeah.
you.
All right.
One of the best things about overseas travel is discovering those little places that you never forget. Padulella Beach is just south of Portoferraio. It's a small pebbly beach with umbrellas and beds for hire, but it also has a fantastic restaurant and bar run by a couple of very entertaining chaps. Maurizio and Fabrizio keep this small place alive with their enthusiasm.
You're welcome. Now we make a good mojito and we cut an half lime, put inside the lime and we take 1-2 spoons of sugar, crushed mint, we take the ice and crash. We take the rum and put inside sparkling water and mix it and enjoy.
We stopped here to learn of a local recipe that we've become quite fond of. A salad of octopus and potato.
Okay, why don't you lead on?
It's been a busy day, hasn't it?
Mickey,
Yeah.
it's been a struggle to come down here to find this location
Lovely La Padulella. It's a beautiful restaurant and a bar.
and a bar.
And on this beach. This beach.
Yes.
Listen, I've had this meal. I thought it was going to be complicated, but like many, many Italian recipes, it's simple. And you said that you could recreate it.
It's easy to make and it took about a half an hour prepping time.
yeah.
If you just give me a bit of olive oil and you're going to talk to me about those beautiful, those yellow potatoes, that should
Well,
do
they're
it.
very waxy.
Yes.
That's generally a pretty good sign
Yeah.
of a waxy spud, and that's what we need in this dish. And you can see them here. Just sort of get a look at that there, which is absolutely superb. They are seriously waxy. I'm going to cut those up into little cubes. We're going to get them like that.
If there's one thing we've learned about cooking in Italy is the amount of ingredients. The less the number of ingredients, the better your dish. So there we are.
After frying the garlic and the chopped rosemary, we add the octopus.
That's interesting. You're putting a bit of oil on the...
Just a little bit of oil, because
Yeah.
as you put them in the bowl, they won't glug up
Yeah.
together. I'm just
Yeah.
putting in these wonderful Spanish onion. I'm going
Yeah.
to put a little bit of pepper, just
Okay.
a little bit, not a lot.
But we're going to
A
get
little bit of sal or
Yes.
salt. Again, not a lot. We'll put a little bit of real acid in, which
Yeah.
is the lemon, because it is an
Yes.
acidic
Well,
sort of
actually, while you're
taste.
squeezing, can you give me a little bit of lemon
I can do that.
in the pan for me? Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
There we
He's
are.
one of the best squeezers, cutter-uppers I know.
Thank you, baby.
It's a pleasure, pleasure, Mickey.
I love your work. Now that's cooked. Not overcooked.
No.
The oki.
5
Yep.
minutes.
Mhm.
If we can, I need a plate. Aha, you have a plate. So I'm going to slice these up very
Yeah.
thinly.
Oh, Michael, that's lovely. Yeah.
There we are.
Sliced to perfection. into the salad bowl. A little bit of parsley.
Yep, just wanna, that's it.
That's about it. Look at that. I think you gain, but you've done a marvellous job, because Edith's going to come out and have a little taste of that, because she's the chef here, this beautiful restaurante. So, come on in.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Come va?
Bene, grazie.
Tutto bene?
Woozy, woozy. Yeah. We're all friends here. Now, look at that.
Allora, vediamo.
First taste. And
Ooh la la.
Bravo.
Bravo, bravo,
Bravo.
grazie.
Ottimo.
you said blow your hat off.
And there is a delicious octopus salad with potatoes.
Buongiorno, Michele's. I would have loved to have been there with you in beautiful Italy to enjoy your octopus salad. But sadly I cannot. But I can highly recommend the 2015 Banrock Station Fiano. This wine, made with careful precision, will go absolutely splendidly with your dish. The reason being, it's got lovely lime characteristics, fresh acidity, and a touch of creaminess that should pair perfectly with your dish. So cheers.
You can get both the recipes and Banrock Station special offers from outofthetblue.tv.com.au.
After a good meal and a glass of wine, I need a walk. Coming up is a garden full of surprises.
Botanical gardens, as we know them, really started in Italy in the 16th century, mainly for remedial and medicinal usages. And this garden here, the Garden of Simples, next to this amazing old church, is a fine example of what one of those gardens would have looked like. This one here, opened to the public in 1997, is looked after by two delightful people who we'll meet later. But it really goes to show you that most of the plants that we know in our garden have got some use, and all of these here have got a medicinal use or a remedial use. The thing that really amazes me is the fact we've gone full circle. From the plants, they were synthesised, they were made into drugs, tablets that we took for medicines for years and years and years. Now these days, we're going back to the plants to get that natural medicine.
This garden is located in the town of Rio on the northeast sector of the island. It was set up by a husband and wife team who are both botanists from the University of Pisa to spread the knowledge of the archipelago's wild and cultivated plants.
Hey, have a look at this beauty here, Senecio sarcoides. This is used for the treatment of the eye. It's quite amazing. They actually take some of the leaves, distill it, and then rub it in the eye. And it's really a plant that's not perhaps medicinal, but it's certainly remedial.
The garden eventually took on the role of preserving and increasing species of natural and pharmaceutical plants.
Hey, this is something pretty special, this rose. So one of the old world roses, Rosa bracteata, it's thought that Napoleon brought this rose over from France to Elba for his sister Paulina. Now this, according to the locals, is the last remaining plant on the island, because it's where Napoleon planted them, they all died. But that is the most simplest of flower, and it's so thorny.
The garden is set out in 11 sections and includes an arbour which grows 7 varieties of grapes, figs, and also a labyrinth housing medicinal and nutritional plants used in folk tradition of Elba.
Well, you probably know the fennel that we sort of have in Australia that grows by the side of the road and is very tasty for dishes. This is very, very close relative called the sea fennel, and it's used for urinary tract infections. You know, that's all well and good, I guess, but I still like it on my lamb.
I would have to say that one of the most interesting aspects of this garden is the apiary where Roberto Ballini, one of the garden's curators, stills the bees. That's right, one day he was holding a frame full of bees and was shouting across at his chickens. He looked down to notice that the bees stopped moving when he shouted. As it turns out, Roberto's voice has a frequency that stills bees. Now, as there are only 2 frequencies bees respond to, he has attracted much attention. Roberto understands the significance of bees for a healthy planet and has made it his mission to cure their ills through experimenting with plants.
Well, there you are, a sort of a symbiotic relationship. Plants, the bees, us, and good health.
Oh, Mickey, you've had a busy day, haven't you?
I have. It's amazing what you can fit in today. And we finished up here a bit peckish at
Yes.
Da Luciano's.
Here at the Spaghetti. Hey,
And
do you
here, what are we going to cook?
we are going to, well, how about a marinara?
Is that a marinara?
Absolutely.
Show us what you're going to do.
Okay,
tell me
because
what you want me to do,
how come
more importantly.
You've got an ingredient that I'd find very interesting, apart from the fennel.
We've got fennel. We've cut
Yeah.
that up into, some julienne strips, some very fine, and we're going to cook that off initially, and that'll give a really sort of gentle and aniseed flavour.
It is.
Then we're going to add some of the fennel leaves, because that's the bulb.
Yes.
We're putting a little garlic in there. Then a little bit of parsley, and we've got some zambuca,
Which is aniseed base. Can you also just crush me some chilies too, please? And also the tomatoes.
Well, these chilies here, these are hot.
Okay.
These really are.
Oh,
Michele.
I reckon about 4.
Oh, we're going
Do
to sing.
north, south, east and west.
I'm just going to cut a few
Just-
like that. We're going to
just
sing with these.
Okay, and I
Just
want
a
you
few.
also to do some cross sections of those tomatoes so I can actually crush them, so it can form a bit of a sauce.
Okay,
Okay.
so just cutting
Because
there.
just throw them in. Got to be quick.
Now, what else would you like in there?
All right, I can lift up the seafood.
So now I add the mussels, the prawns and the calamari with a grind of pepper and the tops of the fennel.
Look at that. You can smell it. Now, that's great. I'm happy with that because we're getting those flavours coming through. Throw that in.
Yep.
Yeah,
really
well,
does.
I wanted those flavours to combine, Nicky. What I do is just let it cook a little bit more.
Yep.
After the break, we're back with the results of this delicious recipe.
Okay, Mickey, that's what I wanted to do. Can you? Oh, Mickey, very important.
Oh,
Hey.
there we go.
Okay.
That's the
Now-
zambuca in there.
All right, now can you introduce the pasta? And the last thing we're going to do is garnish it because look, the mussels are just starting to open up. If you can put that through. You don't cook the pasta all the way through first because we want the pasta to take up all the juices.
A bit of parsley.
Yeah, it's what you call all that love.
Love is in the air, every moment of the day.
Look, oh look,
Well, the day,
Mickey.
the sun's about to set.
just a few grinds of pepper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to put the lid on and I reckon we're about...
Some enchanted evening, you may see a rainbow across a crowded
I
room.
think the Spilio has heard that sort of sounds before. Okay.
Oh, Luciano's up there.
Yeah, the lid on.
Da Luciano.
And
Look at
un
that.
momento, 1 minute, and all we need.
Magic.
And the cozze and the mussels, same thing, to be opened up, ready to be served.
Beautiful.
There we are, Mickey. There is our Bianco marinara in a fennel linguine.
Michael, you know, over the years we've done many episodes. People always say, who gets to eat the food after we cook a beautiful recipe? Hey? We do. That's our program for the day. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, it's good. That's the best one ever made. It's fantastic.
Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by Banrock Station and San Remo.